just don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be bad. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think
It's really unfathomable for me to think about this being the 30th anniversary. The first time that I heard it was on a cassette tape, and it was Howard's version of singing it with Alan at the piano. And they had given it to me to learn the song, to get ready for the audition. And his interpretation of lyrics, of his own lyrics, of course, is amazing. So to hear him tell the story from the perspective of Ariel was just, it was breathtaking. The root and the foundation for our film is Howard Ashman.
Well, there's an innocence to Little Mermaid. And there's an excitement to it. It was our first Disney project. It was, you know, in many respects, I think of Little Mermaid as Howard Ashman's and my follow-up to Little Shop of Horrors. And I've often said that I could feel a direct line from Somewhere That's Green to Part of Your World.
Bugs of our own, a fence of real chain link.
I think it was Howard jokingly said, they called Part of Your World Somewhere That's Wet.
Because that's the beauty of Howard and Alan, is it's not like it's a song, it's a moment, it's a feeling, it's her yearning, it's her I want song. And so when you hear the lyrics of it, which is actually a monologue, and then you add Alan's beautiful tones to it and these notes, it just transcends and becomes just so vulnerable. It's like a real vulnerable moment for Ariel. And it's kind of haunting.
Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything?
There's an innate innocence and almost childlike quality, even though it's strength, to Jodie's voice.
Because I was coming from a Broadway stage where I had just worked with him on Smile. And I'm belting my heart out on Disneyland. I'd never been behind a microphone before. I'd never done an animated type of character before. All I could hear over and over again, recording the song for 8 hours in a day, was Howard standing at my left, saying over and over again to me, "Don't sing. Stop singing. Just focus on the story." It was painful for me, being a perfectionist coming from the Broadway stage, of wanting to sing every note of its full value and perfectly with a vibrato and a straight tone and the right kind of emphasis. So it was so important to establish it right off at the beginning that this is the time of just telling the story really simply and not perfectly.
Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold?
Then towards the end of the day, and we had recorded for several hours with a incorrect sort of microphone. So it was kind of lost. The day was sort of lost. I think everybody was a little bit frustrated, including myself. But what it gave me an opportunity to do was to start from scratch at the end of the day, and I did not want to listen to the recording after I did it that day. And I was doing this when I heard it the first time because not all the notes are perfect.
But who cares? No big deal. I want more.
Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand. Then she kind of transcends from being a teenager to a young woman. And she also transitions from being a mermaid to I am going to be human. I am going to have a taste of that life. So I think those lyrics are really powerful. What I enjoy these 30 plus years later is when the music starts, I love to see the reaction of the people around me, because each of you go back to where you were the first time you saw the picture.
Out of the sea, wish I